What's up, Broadway.com? We are here in Cincinnati, Ohio. I just flew here from my home in Virginia Beach. We went there after Toronto. But now we're in Cincinnati. I am here to sing the national anthem at a Cincinnati Reds game. So I am putting on an outfit right now. Here's the fit check. We've got this Where We're Going We Don't Need Roads t-shirt, courtesy of my dad. These jeans that I wear to virtually every press event I have because they are just so comfortable and they just feel like they look like Marty to me. So I wear them to most of the press. And I think that we're gonna get me a Cincinnati Reds hat. So hopefully that will be a good addition to the outfit. But yeah, that's what we're wearing. I'm gonna take you guys with me on the field to sing the anthem, at the game, all that. I've got some college friends coming, my parents are here, so we've got a whole event going on today. Let's do it! Oh! Fun! Oh, look how cute these places are.
Okay, hold on. Keep going. Hold on, we're gonna do a video.
We are in the DeLorean. Here's a little special little part of this DeLorean. Is signed by Christopher Lloyd here and Michael J. Fox. But they've got this thing tricked out here. And we see these cars a lot for our press and stuff. And I've actually signed this car as well, and under the hood, because Scott, who owns this car, comes to a lot of our press stuff, and we've become good friends. So yeah, this is the infamous DeLorean, and it's got, you know, it's tricked out for sure. It's got the out-of-time license plate, Ohio plates, because he's based in Ohio. And yeah, it's got everything you would want for a DeLorean. It's amazing, it's beautiful. I love it so much. We made it on the field. I'm nervous but excited. This is pretty insane. So we're gonna see how it goes. My friends and family are over there. Okay, I'm about to sing. It got very crowded here very fast. I don't know where all these people came from, but we're gonna sing now. And I'm doing good. Should I wear the sunglasses?
You can.
It's sunny.
It's sunny. I think it's a cool look.
Yeah, it's Marty McFly. We're on brand. We're on brand.
And now, to honor America, we welcome Lucas Howell, who plays Marty McFly in the national tour of Back to the Future, as he leads us in the singing of the national anthem of the United States. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly
so today is the 500th performance of Back to the Future the Musical on tour, and that is so crazy to even say out loud because it feels like literally just yesterday we started this tour in rehearsals in New York City, and now we are 500 performances in, and it's a completely different cast than we started with, and the show has grown so beautifully and performed in so many different cities. And it's been amazing to be part of that. And, you know, my journey from starting the tour over a year ago as the understudy for Marty, and now playing Marty full time and being here for the 500th performance is just a dream come true. I could have never imagined it if you told me that when I started. And yeah, it's just really cool to be able to do it. Today is 262 for me, but 500 for the show. And that's really amazing to think that I've done over half of these performances as Marty. And the other half I was either in the building or doing an ensemble track or playing Strickland of all things. So it's been an amazing journey, and I can't believe that we're still doing it. And you know, let's do 500 more. Why not, right? But yeah. Awesome time, and I cannot wait to do the show tonight. It's going to feel so much fun.
Back to the Future Company. This is your 5-minute call. That's right, 5 minutes to the top of our 500th show.
5 minutes till 500, guys. I think that's my sign, but I'm really excited to finish up this vlog series with this episode, and if you guys want to see more, come see us on tour. It's a good time, and you know, we've done it 500 times, so you'd think we'd be pretty good at it by now. All right. Bye! What's up, Broadway.com? We are here in Atlanta, Georgia. It is our first day in Atlanta. We are at the very historic Fox Theater, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful theaters you can tour to. So I'm gonna take you guys with me for our first day, first reactions to the space, first reactions to the dressing rooms. I hear it's gonna be a lot of fun. So we are headed there now, and I'm gonna show you guys the Fox because it's supposed to be really cool. And everyone who's been there says it's one of their favorite touring houses. So I'm excited, and I've never been. And I'm really excited to see it and also to show you guys. Yay! Okay, this dressing room is insane. First of all, look at this. Because that feels like it belongs in like somebody's mansion. You know what I mean? Like a princess gets ready at this counter. And she sure does, it's me. Oh my gosh, and they've got like, what is this? Oh my gosh, these are little tickets. Wow, the wall is covered in tickets. Hi! I'm vlogging, what's up?
These are all of your local sayings.
Oh, yay! Please hang them wherever you wish. I was showing the wonderful tickets on my wall.
Very cool.
Very fun. From all different shows. Look how cute that is. And this big leather couch, which I love. You're gonna love lounging there. We've got a few chairs, we've got a mirror. Expect to see many fit checks in that mirror, and by fit checks I mean just pictures of me in the costume you guys have seen a million times. Another chair, a TV, a little desk over here, a fridge, my costumes. I mean, we are just getting fancy. All right, it's dark in the stairwell, but they've got these like history things. Oh my God, Nate's back! I'm vlogging. I'm good.
I think for education's
this.
sake, we should talk about the fact that this opera is actually spelled Die Meistersinger, all one word, and von, not con with a V, Nuremberg.
So they're wrong?
Yeah, that's all spelled wrong. Everything about that is spelled incorrectly.
Why?
Well,
Well, I was gonna show how cool the history is, but I
it's
guess
super fun. It's not all wrong, just
Elvis performs at the Fox to sold-out crowds.
let's go, 1956.
Come on, Elvis.
There's a beautiful Dolly moment up here, too.
Oh, look at her. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. What's that show? Oh, what's going on?
I'm having it rough right now.
What's going on?
I don't know.
This is what I just
Bloody
walked
nose,
into.
broken
You got a
back.
bloody nose?
It's only
Look,
in
I
the
got
front
more
half
where
of the
this-
nostril, though.
Oh,
Right. Yeah.
The back is fine.
It's just the 6th floor effect.
Okay. Okay, here is the beauty.
The beauty.
Look how gorgeous that is. And look at these little, like, side things. Gorgeous. It's like a castle.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Been here, like I've seen shows.
Yeah, but you haven't played it.
Look how fun that is. Everyone get in.
I'm like,
Wait, Biddy, hometown hero!
the girl.
Look how beautiful that is.
Yay.
We're gonna play 8 whole shows here.
8 whole shows. If I go on for any of them.
Should we take a photo? Hello.
Like on Disney when they make you do all the different things.
The Spanish Room. We're just exploring. We're such explorers. I love to do this in a new theater. Oh, that popcorn smells so good. Wait, I wanna. Oh, there they go. Wow, it's loud. All right, we are getting ready for the show. I have set up my little station with all my cute little things. Got a little program from here. And I set up Fortnite on my TV with my Xbox. So that's a lot of fun. And I'll be playing Fortnite definitely at the theater more often. So, see you, Atlanta. Let's do the first show. All right, we are getting close to the very end of this episode and the end of the series. And before you say, Lucas, no, we're not ready yet. I know, trust me, I'm not ready either. But I have one special thing planned for you guys before the end of the episode. I got the chance to sit down with Caden, who plays Marty in the West End, and Axel, who plays Marty in the new Australia production. And we got to talk about some differences between the productions, what it's like playing Marty, all of our different fun bits we have in the show, and I think you guys are really going to like it. So here's that. I want to hear everyone, what do you think like the hardest part of the show is for each of you? And then I'll answer as well.
Yeah. I'll start. I think it's just like, for me, I mean, it's the opening number, of course, but I think it's also because it's like a little bit like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
And like knowing what the show is after doing it for like over a year now, like kind of sometimes it catches up a little with me and like mentally I'm like, okay, time to step on this moving train once again.
Yeah.
And that can be a little like, here we go. So it's kind of then like right out of the gate, having that like high energy, here we go. Because it's weird, after the first 15 minutes, we kind of just observe throughout the rest of like act one, basically, as other people sing and dance and stuff. So that's that for me, that's, you know, but things all shift off also so often, you know?
Yeah. I was also going to say like the first 15 minutes are just like absolute, like just go, 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 go. And then once you get to the end of Hello, you're like, okay, like now we're going to be fine for a little bit. It's like, that's how I
And
always
and the
feel.
funny part is that's when the show starts for people. Because then
Right.
Doc comes out and they're like, "Oh, here we go." And you're like,
Yeah.
"I just did
Yeah.
all of this."
Yeah. Yeah. So those first three numbers are always like, okay, am I gonna be able to do this today? But yeah,
Yeah.
it's always, yeah, the
I
moving
th-
train thing is so real.
Yeah.
I think I'm early enough in our run because I don't know, we're maybe 15 shows in or something like
Yeah.
that. I've still got
Yeah.
adrenaline getting me through that first 15 minutes,
Sure,
which
of
is
course.
delightful. That goes past in a flash. For me, I mean, it's the power of love. After that, the full clock tower sequence. And I think
Yeah.
every night I go, oh, I probably went a little too hard, screaming after Doc. And then you're sitting in that car going, whoa. I don't know if I can get
Yeah.
the lyrics, but for
Yeah.
Power of Love.
Yeah.
I think it'll always be Power of Love for me.
Yeah. That one is always, especially since it's at the end, it's like, oh my gosh, I've just done a whole show and now they want me to sing maybe the hardest song that there is in the
Yeah.
show. What's your favorite part about doing the show? Like, what's the
Ooh.
moment you get to every night and you're like, oh, I love doing this? Like,
Lucas, do you want to start now?
I can start. I really like Put Your Mind to It. I always love doing Put Your Mind to It. I love specifically, I think the scene before Put Your Mind to It. The song
Yeah.
is obviously hard, but I like that scene. I like the story it tells, and I don't know. Our George Mike is just, I love him, and he's so much fun to act with, and so I think that scene is always
Yeah.
fun for me. That and the lunchroom scene with him, I always have
Yeah.
fun with.
That's a really fun one. Axel, do you have fences in Put Your Mind to It?
We do, yes.
Okay, cool.
We do not have fences on tour.
Oh, that's why my MOP is your favorite. That makes sense.
Oh,
Because you're not almost falling off the fence. That makes
oh
sense.
yeah, I hear
Yes.
it is pretty difficult to stay on the benches. So I'm
I've
grateful for no
fallen off once
benches.
or twice.
Yeah, it's a very humbling experience.
Yeah,
Because I think,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think so much of what who Marty McFly is cool. And it's so hard to stay cool when you're about
Yeah.
to lose your balance.
yeah. And also like singing like at the top of your range, and it's like I've got too much to focus on right now. Like, can I not be on a bench or on a
Yeah.
fence? Yeah,
Yep.
That's so
glad
fair.
we don't have that. Which okay, but favorite parts? Let's hear it.
I really like the Wherever We're Going reprise. Reprise. I don't know if that's
Caden's a hater. I think
area.
Caden's a hater of that.
Really?
Not as much anymore.
Okay,
Not
but
as
he was
much
on
anymore.
tour.
It's kind of like settled in. It's like that the top note of it for some reason, the like Destiny part is just like right on the break. And I would just
Yeah.
be like, every night is just, I hope I don't crack in
Yeah,
front of
and you know
like,
what?
spotlight on stage. Everyone like,
When I understudied you, Kaden, and you would say that too, I was always like, I don't understand. Like that's I feel good there. And then I started doing it 8 times a week, and I'm like, oh, I get it. I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I get it. It's like,
I reckon it must be just past mine because that's the sweet spot.
yeah,
that's
Everything
so
else,
great.
I love that.
The bees, I'm like, okay, we're all right. That
Sure.
reprise there, where that sits, great. The whole of Power of Love is going at any moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We
I
could
love
look
that. No,
like a
but that is my
13-year-old child at
favorite.
any moment.
That's my favorite lighting cue in the show is when we're standing there and it's like and the lights just like down on the blue light. I love that lighting cue. It's so beautiful, and I feel so.
It's really,
I feel so leading man.
Do you have the same? The conductor cams go off as well.
yeah.
They go
It
off?
just goes
Ooh.
pitch black. Ours turn off there.
Oh,
At the
ours do
start of
not.
that.
At the end of the number? Or
No,
at
at
the start?
for the whole start of the number until
Whoa.
you're singing with Jennifer and you need to get cued at the end. We have our conductor cams are off the whole time.
That would
So
be
you can't
dangerous
see
for
a
me.
thing. It is, you
Maybe
very
they-
much have to focus audibly, but I don't know, because it's just
Yeah.
pitch black and there's just a spotlight, and all of a sudden you're like, great, after all the chaos we've had for 2 hours, I'm alone.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It
it's
is
I,
peaceful.
I think I'm the only person in our show who uses the conductor cams. I ask sometimes, I'm like, are you guys looking like, I'm like, the stage right conductor cam went off, and other people in the cast are like, it did? I don't look at that. And I'm like, am I the only one who uses that?
I look about 3 times during the whole show. The rest is kind of just like vibe based.
Yeah, chances are if my eye line is
Um,
up there, I'm looking at the conductor cam.
I do have to say, speaking of the reprise, our Jennifer over here, Talia, added in this thing one time, and she's like since kept it that we do the only a matter of time. And then she added a little like gasp right before her mic cuts out. And I was like, that was gorgeous.
I love that.
It's so that's a fun moment. Um, but to answer your original question, I well, okay, I think Power of Love is really fun because I really like playing with the audience and like connecting with them. That's so much fun. Um, and like really like during the bridge, like I pick some woman in the front row and I really like ham it up with her. So that's really fun. Um, but also I think like when the guitar starts in Johnny Be Good and it just kind of like hits like what we're doing, that's also really like that's one
Yeah.
of the parts that I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. Johnny Be Good is always fun. I always feel like that's a moment where I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. This is a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Do you guys still enjoy the car slide? Because for me, sliding over the car is was like the thing from the movie that I remember. And
Did
it
you
is
see
I'm
my
like
face?
as the bruise forms on my hip,
Yeah.
every night it gets a little bit darker.
That's what I was
and
gonna say.
oh, am I gonna love this in 8 months?
I think I love the fact that I get to do it. What I don't love is that it happens 8 times a week and I have like a literal massive blue bruise on the side of my hip. Because if you don't hit
Yeah.
it just right, it's painful. You know what I mean? If you don't get just right across that slide, it's like, okay, you're tumbling or you're hitting the side of the car, like not getting on top and hitting the side. Like I've done that before and like rolled over the hood. I'm like, that didn't look very cool.
I think it was the last time that like it was either like our last show with the last cast or the first show with the new cast that like so all the creative team and like everyone is there and I ran up and tripped and did kind of a roll over it. I was like, just keep going. Ow.
This show invites a lot of people to come in costumes from the show. What's your favorite like audience costume that you've seen? And I can answer first because this was so good, you guys. We had somebody come in San Francisco dressed as Marty McFly. So he was literally a fly, like a fly, and he had a red vest on and he had a skateboard. And that was like,
Awesome.
it was insane. He had like big eyes. It was crazy, but it was like my favorite thing
That's
I've ever
super
seen.
fun.
And honorable mention to I always see like Doc and Marty's in the audience. And so like one time I was doing Only a Matter of Time and I saw like a Doc and I looked next to him because I was like, oh, Marty's bound to be there. And it was not Marty, it was Doc and his wife was dressed as a flux capacitor. I was like,
That's
that's
awesome.
that's amazing. Like not Doc and Marty, Doc and the flux capacitor. It was
That's
it was
great.
it was amazing.
It's crazy.
Um, I mean, I love to see the Martys.
Yeah.
Like, I especially love when kids are dressed up as Marty because I try and like look at them if they're close enough and kind of point to it and be like, nice jacket. And
Yeah. Yeah, I
you
stole
know,
that from you.
nice. But I also love, I think this was on tour, but I love when people dress up as like, we had a couple people who have done like the clock tower lady, and I love that because like I feel like it's so much more special for them
Yeah.
like who's playing the clock tower lady to be like, oh my God, like you're me, and like, it's just a little more rare. So those are always really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a spot. I think our first performance, we had a clock tower lady that looked like she had stolen the costume from the show. It
Wow,
was
yeah.
replica perfect. And
Yeah.
I think that was
That's
the first
awesome.
costume that any of us saw. Like we hadn't
Yeah.
seen anyone dressed up as Marty yet or Doc yet. It was just clock tower lady.
Clock
Yeah.
tower lady, first one.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I used to be Caden's understudy, and so I think when I got the email that I was being offered the part, I was absolutely like in awe a little bit like, really? Like actually? But yeah, I mean it's changed my view on my career entirely because I mean before this I was obviously a swing and I wasn't maybe envisioning this for myself, but I'm just like it's truly such an amazing show to do and the part feels so me. So I love it so much and I love doing it every night and it's definitely changed my career about like what else I think I can do. So I think that's really special. I think Marty's special. I think we can all share that.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
100%.
I've got a kind of similar thing. I've been an ensemble cover for years and years, and was like the first time of like, oh no, okay, we're gonna play in the big leagues a little bit, which is
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Also, up until now, I've been singing away on my baritone line in the ensemble, and for me, this is like, oh, okay, I've got this range, and
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't have had it if not for this show and trying to sing this music to the cast album nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel that 100% that it's been a lot of like baritone because I was like, I can do it, but I would be much happier right here if that's okay. So, I mean, I think it's like um whoever started it on tour, but the idea of like I can do hard things,
Yeah.
because like it's so much fun, and there were parts, and then there are just times during the run that it's been really hard, and it's so cool to be like, wow, like I like to see what you're really capable of, um, when you're like, you know, you have to do it, and you're like, okay, let's see how it goes, and then you finish and you go, wow, that was pretty good. Like I'm pretty proud of myself. Um, I mean, this is for like thinking about my career, like it's been insane, and to get the call to come from the tour over to the West End is crazy. And there's been, multiple times and performances over here that have really been like, whoa, this is really, on a level I did not think of or expect. And you know, to feel like people like have seen what I can do and be like, yeah, we want you for this. And then um that's all just been really cool and really like, you know, what's the word? Like, I don't know what's
Fulfilling.
coming to mind right now is like, yeah, fulfilling and like securing and like,
Yeah.
wow, like, yeah, like I do good stuff and this is cool. And like, kind of opens up the realm of like, I don't know what's next because like all of this was, a dream or like even more than what I was dreaming. So it's been, you just like never know. And that's
Yeah.
so exciting. And that's such a part of this job is like, yeah, who knows what's next? And that's kind of cool.
Definitely. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, I think it's about to end on us, but it's been so awesome talking to you guys. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah, this has been
Thank
great.
you.
All right, that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the final episode of the McFly Files. This has seriously been a dream come true. I remember watching these vlogs in high school and growing up and just looking up to the people who did them so much. So it means so much to me to be able to do one now, and I hope you guys enjoyed it so much. Thank you to Broadway.com and my Back to the Future press team for putting this together, for giving me the opportunity to do this, and I hope everyone really got to learn something about theater, about the industry. I think that's one of the most beautiful things about this whole series is that it teaches so many people about what it's like to do this. And I hope it inspires many of you to pursue this career in your life because it really is such a beautiful career and you make so many beautiful friends and lifelong memories along the way. So thank you all so much for letting me be there for you and doing this series. Thank you for watching McFly Files. Seriously, the people who watch this series, you guys have made this the best experience ever. So, yeah, thank you. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your year. Happy Back to the Future Day. And I'll see you next time on the McFly Files.